All right, so what I was gonna get ready to get to you about is Dish blast back at SpaceX over the 12 gigahertz claim. So I read the article, and basically, Dish is upset with SpaceX over the fact that they're allowing their customers to roam around with their dishes, like actively roam around.
Okay.
And Dish is like, look, we don't have a problem with you using the 12 gigahertz band. The problem is you're not filing for people to be able to do what you're asking, you telling them they can do,
Ah.
because they feel like it's going to start interfering with the fact that the 12 gigahertz band, they want to use it for terrestrial uses, like you the conversations we've had before, where they want to use it for cellular. Well, it's
Now,
fine
is
when
that
it's stationary, but it becomes a problem when you're moving. So that is complaining about.
all right? So let's say, did you? So it. I don't. You sure it's talking about interference for cellular? Are you 100% sure about
I'm
that?
just about 100% sure. I read the article all the way through,
Okay.
and they were talking about the fact that Dish has been encouraged. Here it is. So Dish assessed that SpaceX has encouraged Starlink users to operate their terminals while moving on planes, boats, and recreational vehicles, which it
Okay.
says is against the law in the United States, where SpaceX has not received approval from the FCC for Earth Station in Motion, so ESIM. SpaceX ignores Dish earlier demands that it stop issuing such statements and react that it
Retract what it already
already
said about
says
moving
that these
vehicles.
devices are in moving vehicles.
Okay. So what does it say interference with cellular? That's what I'm asking.
So there
Because
it's
I
a
don't think that's what this fight is about.
No
it,
radio, it's interfering with my millimeter wave.
It says
uh,
nowhere in there about cellular or mobile.
well,
No, it's
that
interfering with
is
the
the
millimeter
I would
wave.
say that
That's
that
the
would be the
problem.
claim for it, is that basically them moving around, right?
Yeah, but they're still not saying that though. You can't put words in their mouth, sir.
I'm not. I would not dare to do that. But the thing is with Dish trying to wanting to go terrestrial with the 12 gigahertz, and SpaceX is
Yeah,
letting.
but I'm saying this article is not talking about anything to do with terrestrial anywhere. It says it nowhere. That's all assumption. And plus, they're not even clear to use it in the first place. I think this is just an issue over FCC violations in general. This has nothing to do with terrestrial cell phones. It has nothing to do with cell phones. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It would have said that otherwise. It doesn't say that anywhere.
Okay,
I realize Dish is still using 12 gigahertz for TV right now.
right.
Okay, so that's probably more in line with what they're fussed about right now. This has nothing to do with that.
But
So if you got to realize satellite,
SpaceX is still using
but
the
listen,
12
but listen,
gigahertz, but letting
I,
them roam
I, I
around.
understand it, but I'm going to tell you is it doesn't matter, and this is why. Because the satellite on the satellite system, they use what's called circular polarization. It will
Okay.
not interfere with regular terrestrial interference because it won't be circular polarization. So it doesn't
Now,
matter. That's what I'm
now
saying.
what?
This that I'm telling you, SpaceX won't interfere because
But
its line of sight
but
circular.
hey, but hold on. But
Cellular will not be.
what is circular
It's
polaration?
not. The signal literally comes in a circle. That's why the dishes are shaped like they are, and they have to be completely line of sight. Whereas the cellular is literally just radio wave in the air. It's not line of sight. It's not circular. It's up and down wave. These two things don't interfere. That's what I'm telling you. This is not about cell phones.
Huh.
Yeah, this is not about cell phones. Promise you. This is a satellite issue.
Huh.
Yeah. When they go Ka terrestrial, it's not going to interfere with satellite at all. They can even use the same frequency, still won't interfere.
I didn't know that.
Uh huh. Yeah. If you ever look at the waveguides on that stuff, it's circular polarization. Circular polarization is not what's used for phones, and it won't be used for phones in any case whatsoever. Now you're gonna have to have line of sight even more.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing: they're still battling over this, and
Yeah. But
it
that's
was
because
look,
Dish is still very active in the satellite realm. They're still out there in space running shit. You know what I'm saying? They're still operating. You got to realize they're operating TV and internet services out of space.
right.
Yeah, because they own HughesNet. That's why I say this is more of a battle of space. It has nothing to do with terrestrial. I promise you. It's just that it's easy to assume that these two things are aligned because of the KU band conversation. But no, I promise you, these don't have nothing to do with each other. Because think about it, how are they going to fuss with the FCC about interfering with a satellite band, a cell phone band that don't exist?
That is kind of
Think
true.
about it. There is no such thing as KU band for cellular. They want it, but there's no such thing.
But SpaceX has
Those
been,
base stations.
but SpaceX has been complaining that they didn't want anybody to use it for cellular since they were using the 12 gigahertz.
Well, but it doesn't matter if they can only fight over what they own. They don't own Dish's frequency, so that doesn't matter. Because here's the thing, they're probably going to try to also do some kind of terrestrial. They're just not talking about it. Because what's going to happen when you go indoors? Then you going to pick that shit up?
No,
No. All righty.
no. So
But no, I think
basically,
this is I think this is just Dish going, hey, you guys are breaking rules. I mean, really, just being real. Because they're fighting with what you call it too right now.
oh,
Starlink is fighting with Bezos. They're fighting with
Oh
the
yeah.
Amazon guy
no,
over what height.
because of how high the satellites travel, they
Uh-huh.
Amazon want their satellites to be roughly in the same plane with Starlink's
It's
satellites, so
about
they can do the
10,000
same
miles.
thing.
Yeah, it's right.
Man, there's a lot of fighting
Mm-hmm.
going on
They're just fighting for space right now.
in this 12 gigahertz battle. But it's going to be interesting
But
to see what this fight will
Starlink
end
doesn't
up
only
doing.
use 12 gigahertz either. Starlink is using Ka band too. It's not all Ku.
But KA, let me ask you this question: can KA and KU be used for terrestrial?
Exactly. That's what they do now with the TV.
Oh,
No. You saying okay. We already use Ka. Ka is millimeter waves.
right. So yeah, then yes, it can be used for it.
That's
KU can be used also.
yes, exactly. Yeah, and it don't interfere with the satellite. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And the satellite companies are also using CAD. It's because they're so think about it like this. You got the frequency, right? But you also have the polarization. You can send stuff in the same space over different polarizations and they don't interfere.
Right.
So like let me see if I can find you an image of circular polarization. So you see what I'm talking about. Maybe it'll explain it to you.
All right. I'm gonna let you go ahead and present.
Polarization. Right here.
What's the next article?
No,
I
we're still
remember
on
some of
this
my
one.
stuff from training. So like your satellite TV, they do what's called an odd and even polarization. You got a negative and a positive. Most satellites, the signal comes in as odds and evens. Okay, um, and when your channel literally switches, it literally when you change channels on the satellite, it literally bops. It goes on. Sorry, on an old school multi switch satellite, it literally switches between odd and even when it's changing channels.
Right.
So if you see that graph, let me see the tab I'm showing. Let me get this damn thing to actually show. Mm-hmm. Here we go. don't know what happened to the share game.
It should be right there.
The share went to
Present.
die.
Trust me.
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah, share
share on
went.
your phone?
No, I'm not doing. I got it. It's
Mm.
just being retarded. Plus, I'm driving 75 on the highway.
Don't drive 75 and present.
So if you look at this, you see how it shows waves in a circle pattern.
Yes.
That's circular polarization. So if we look at this picture here, you see you got linear, circular, and elliptical.
Yes.
Cellular is linear, not circular,
Okay.
meaning up and down. Whereas circular, so satellite systems use circular polarization.
So by their sheer nature,
These
they don't interfere.
these these two things won't interfere with each other. Plus, you got to realize that signal coming off of that satellite is going to be negative 130 at the ground. Your phone will never pick that up, no way. Negative 130. Even if you could, you wouldn't pick it up. It's too weak.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whereas a, whereas a satellite dish, just the dish itself, because of how big the dish is, it literally turns that 130, that negative 130, into 100. Then when it hits the LNB, which is a low noise block, it amplifies it again and brings it all the way to 30, negative 30. That's the range a satellite operates in. Your cell phone ain't gonna take a negative 130 and turn it into usable 100 or 105. It just ain't gonna do it. It can't amplify it that much.
Right.
That's another reason why like I say, these people that are talking about they're gonna use a Starlink phone. Yeah, good luck.
You'll never
You think
receive the
T-Mobile got
signal.
bad signal? I mean, it'll work, but you're gonna have to be like in an open space. It ain't gonna work indoors. That's where the problem comes in at. Now, don't get me
Oh yeah,
wrong.
indoors you'll be
They're
fine.
go- they're gonna be a lot closer because regular satellite is at 126.
Hold on, no radio. You
Get
broke up when you said that.
yeah, get off the Metro Mobile. Get off Boombastic.
Whatever, Ash. Hold on, no radio.
You're going too fast, bro. Take it easy.
All right. You want to talk about latency?
Oh no, the latency will be off the hook.
Time you
Bro, you gone.
not
Our resident satellite expert has left the building.
And now we'll have to call in our second expert, which will be Dennis.
Oh no, that's not happening. No, sir. Well, now that we know, we can come up with a better plan. I think that the fight between Starlink and Dish is never ending right now. I believe that they both want to be in a certain business aspect, and they're fighting each other to try to get to it faster. That's just my personal opinion on it.